New study in the Journal of Consumer Research looks at why many people are afraid of going out alone. Researchers find the fear of judgment by strangers plays a big part, but the report also says those who go solo enjoy their time out just as much as they would with a friend. Rebecca Ratner co-authored the study. She's a professor of marketing at the Robert H. Smith School of Business at the University of Maryland. Rebecca, good morning.
Thank you for having me.
So your study is so important, and the first thing Gail said to me this morning is, would you go to the movies by yourself?
Right. And Nora said yes, and I said I wouldn't, because I feel like that Steve Martin in The Lonely Guy.
Yeah, I'm like that too.
Well, I feel people are looking at you like, oh, poor thing, she doesn't have any friends, and you say, Charlie, I know that doesn't bother you.
Yeah.
Well, no,
You'd
it doesn't
be very
bother me,
comfortable going out alone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it helps if you were reasonably well known.
Rebecca, Charlie is very modest. That's the first thing you should know about him.
No, but this is the thing. I did go out once to a restaurant by myself, and I took a book because I thought, let me act like I'm reading something.
Yes,
the waiter said,
exactly.
you know, ma'am, your book is upside down. And then I realized.
That's right.
So fear really is
funny,
what keeps people from going out alone.
Yeah,
Fear.
yeah. So what we've found, and we've talked to people in the U.S., we've had respondents, people from India, from China. This seems to be a pretty universal thing, which is amazing to me, that people are afraid of going to do an activity alone, out in public, a fun activity.
And being judged.
And other people thinking that they have no friends.
And the truth is that...
And the truth is, research on the spotlight effect shows that people pay less attention to us than we think. So that's the good news, is no one's even going to be looking at you.
I have a very good friend of mine who has a chef. And rather than, he'll sometimes go to a dinner alone, you know, and take a book because he just enjoys his own company, and he likes to read, and he likes to eat early.
Right.
Did you find that there are some activities that people are okay with doing alone as compared to others?
Yeah.
Useful versus fun?
Exactly. So the activities that are like going to the grocery store, going to the cleaners, you know, no one's going to be afraid of going to pick up their clothes at the cleaners by themselves.
Right.
Because we don't think anyone's going to expect us to be there with somebody else.
Right.
But if you go to and do an activity that is fun, go to the theater, go see a movie, go to watch a parade that's coming through your town, if you're by yourself, people are afraid that other people are going to be thinking that they're basically a loser.
Let me just correct the record, because it's not about ego. To say you're reading well, it means that people will come over to you and say hello. They feel that you're accessible.
Yes,
That's
yes, and you know, actually, research shows that even just for lay people who are not well known, that people often enjoy interacting with strangers even more than interacting with their friends.
Sure.
So there's a lot of reason to think that if you go out to do an activity, even if you happen to not bring a friend with you, that you may make
So this
some
is
new
all
friends.
about the idea that you may feel that it's a stigma to be alone.
Yes.
And it isn't.
Yes.
And you could start the evening alone, but you don't have to end up alone.
Exactly. And you're definitely not going to meet new people staying at home watching Netflix. So, yeah.
Okay. Is it more common with men than women? Women than men?
Yeah, so we don't find any overall gender differences. There's some small differences as a function of what the activity is. So probably not surprising, men are more comfortable going to a bar alone.
But I wouldn't have gone to the ball last night alone. I wouldn't do that kind of thing.
Yeah, that's a good, Yeah. And quickly though, you're a business professor. What can businesses learn from this?
Yeah, so I think that part of this inhibition comes from that solo consumer thinking that the companies are also not going to be very welcoming. You know, we probably had, each of us, an experience at some point where we go to a restaurant and they say table for one, and they give us this crestfallen look, you know, like they're so sorry for us. And I think if companies could be more welcoming, you know, this is a hard thing for people to do, to go alone. So recognizing that this is a cool, gutsy thing to do.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Thanks for
Rebecca
having me.
You are watching CBS This Morning.